Guys, this has been completely out of control. I feel like I've been shut off from the world, just building like a hermit in this room. But I cannot wait to show you what the result of this mess is. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Brickanics and episode number 7 of Building the Battle for Yerbana City. And I've got a good one for you here today. We're going to reveal the mountain that I've built. It's actually like a lower section of what would be a much bigger mountain, but nonetheless, I think it's still going to be something that you're going to like. So if you do like it, make sure you hit the like button. I'd appreciate that. And for those of you that are new here, this series follows my journey in building a large-scale custom LEGO Star Wars creation based on the planet Yerbana. And the idea came from Season 7, Episode 9 of the Clone Wars, and this MOC is going to feature the 501st versus the Separatists. So let's jump into it and take a look at this mountain. Well, here it is, guys. Here is the mountains of Yerbana. And I gotta say, I don't really, like to pat myself on the back. I'm pretty modest in that way. But I'm really happy with the way that this turned out. I spent about 20 hours building this mountain. I'm a slow builder and I was trying some new techniques. And I was really meticulously, placing every single brick to get it to turn out exactly how I wanted. And it's not perfect in some areas, but all in all, I'm pretty happy with the way that this turned out. Ever since I saw the post on Instagram from one case where he was using these wedge plates on his Yerbana City MOC, I knew that I wanted to work those wedge plates into this mountain here of Yerbana, and I think it worked out pretty well. I do like that technique for mountains. I think it gives some really nice overall shape to the mountain. And then, to get the height that I needed or wanted to get, and to make it more look make it look more mountainous versus a hill, I had to work in some different, slopes in here as well. And then, Elias Marshall came up with the idea to work in this bunker into the mountain as well. And so I wanted to give it a look of, this bunker kind of being built into the side of the mountain. And, that presented some challenges, but all in all, it wasn't too bad. And it turned out pretty good. I'm happy with that one. I put these minifigures on here just so you could see the scale of the MOC, or the mountain. It's pretty big. I don't know if that necessarily translates here on video. I'll give you an idea over here. This is all the filler brick I had to use to get up to this height. And you guys know how I am about using nothing but lime. And well, that idea had to go out the window because I needed to get, tall, and I just was going with every single brick that I had to get the height up because I wanted to get this mountain done for this update. And then King Jake had mentioned working in some type of mine into the MOC, and that's what we got here in this little area here. So that's a mining entrance, and basically this is a human inhabitant or a slave of Yerbana. So I'm gonna have about 4 or 5 of those minifigures, and I'll show you how I made those here in a second. And then we're gonna also have some kind of human separatist sympathists, if that makes sense. But anyways, we'll have some mercenaries on Yerbana as well who are kind of operating this mine. And then we'll have the separatists, the droids on here as well. I built some of this last week. I ended up tearing all that up because it looked a little bit too blocky and I wanted to mix the colors in a little bit better. We have some reddish brown and some dark bluish gray down here to kind of show some of the base and foundation, and that kind of goes away as we get higher. So the buildings that I'm going to put in here next are going to be an industrial factory right here that's going to be kind of resourcing these minerals that they're mining for out of the side of the mountain. And then I'm going to have a strip of like city type row homes right here. And then we're going to have a couple huts worked into the MOC as well. And that'll round out our buildings here for Yerbana. So we're getting close to the finish here. I mean, I would say a few more episodes and we'll have a completed MOC on our hands. And I'm excited. I'm pretty happy with the way it's turning out. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I'd appreciate any and all feedback regarding this mountain. I put a lot of care and effort into that, so I really would appreciate your feedback on it. All right, so that's the mountain. Now I'd like to show you how I made this minifigure, and then back here I've got some parts to make a custom dwarf spider droid, so I'm going to show you those two things. All right, so basically to make that slave, I used a Tusken Raider's torso and legs, and then some pieces that I got off of Bricklink. We have just some, worn out or grown out hair. We have an older person's head here, and then a pair of flesh colored hands. So let's get those swapped out and take a closer look. And there we have it. There is our slave on Yerbana. So like I said, I think I'll have like 4 or 5 of these guys right here work in the mines. All right, let's go ahead and get that dwarf spider droid built up. So I wanted to add some additional, elements to the MOC, and I thought that these dwarf spider droids would be or add good balance to the AT-RTs from the 501st Clone Troopers that are going to be in the MOC as well. This design here is actually by Phoenix Building Studios, so I'll put a link to their video down in the description below. I don't have all the pieces to build this exactly the way that I want it. I'll show you what those pieces are here as well. And then also the color scheme I'm going to swap out as well. But let's go ahead and get it built so you can get an idea of what this is going to look like, and then we can talk about that. So there is our dwarf spider droid, and I gotta say, I really love this design. It's simple and it looks accurate. I like it a lot. A couple things that I will change on this is the color scheme. One of the photos I was cross-referencing to decide how to build this showed dark tan, dark bluish gray mix in color, but actually if you watch season 7, episode 9 of the Clone Wars, it's actually a dark bluish gray and a silver or a light bluish gray mix. So I'm going to change the colors of this to dark bluish gray and light bluish gray. And then also the leg here, He uses a different piece, which is actually a droid torso. So I'm going to get a few of those off of Bricklink, swap those out, and I think it'll look even better than what this is right here. But this gives you an idea of how this build looks, and all in all, I think it looks pretty good. I can't wait to actually get it into the MOC with the ATRTs and have them battling it out. It's going to be pretty awesome. Man, so this is getting really exciting because, we're making a lot of progress, and Yerbana, we really are starting to see what, my vision for Yerbana looks like based on a couple images that I've been using to determine, how the MOC would look as far as, the cityscape, the cliffs, and the mountain, and, the buildings as well. So it's really starting to come together. I'm starting to pull together some of the minifigures that we're going to be using. So we've got the 501st. In the next episode, I think I'll pull out all of my droids and all of my 501st minifigures, and we'll start to get an idea of how many that I have and how that's going to fill out the MOC. We've got our Dwarf spider droids. We've got our 501st ATRTs, which look great. I've got some super battle droids on the way, so I can't wait to get those. We've got the mercenaries on order, so they should be showing up here soon, so I can't wait to show you guys what those are going to look like, which are pretty cool. So yeah, man, a lot of awesome cool stuff yet to come on this MOC, and we're actually getting pretty close to the end, which is cool as well, because I cannot wait to film the cinematic of this build. It's gonna be awesome. All right, so once again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I really would appreciate you hitting that subscribe button and following along, especially if you want to see how the MOC progresses. If you liked this build and this video, hit that like button so others can find the video as well. And as always, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.